Next week on Coronation Street, Abi Webster finds herself on the brink of returning to her old ways as she contemplates stealing a car. Out of work at the garage and influenced by her boyfriend Carl's shady activities, Abi sets her sights on a motor that Dylan Wilson refuses to touch. But when her sister-in-law Debbie turns up, will Abi really go through with it? Abi's world has completely fallen apart since her affair came to light, a Corey insider reveals. It's no surprise that both she and Carl were sacked from Kevin's garage, but neither of them thought ahead. Now Carl's reckless behavior is sending Abi into a spin. After their breakup, Kevin is floored to discover that Abi has already filed for divorce. The official letter landing on his doorstep is a brutal reminder that their marriage is truly over. At the same time, Abi and Carl find themselves out of work and at a loss after betraying Kevin. Desperate, Carl slips back into his criminal habits. Despite showing a softer side by lending Debbie a hand at the hotel, he soon ropes in Dylan for another illegal job. But when Dylan refuses to steal the car Carl has picked out, Abi quietly takes note. Debbie quickly becomes suspicious of Abi's strange actions and tails her. When Abi later spots the vehicle in Freshos' car park, she pauses, torn between guilt and her dire need for money. Will Debbie catch Abi in the act, or will Abi's conscience stop her before it's too late? At a recent Corey press event, producer Kate Brooks teased that Abi and Carl's turbulent storyline will be one of the key plots this Christmas. Although Abi believes she's starting a thrilling new chapter with Carl, plenty of warning signs suggest otherwise, especially since she's still unaware of his secret fling with James Bailey. "We've got plenty happening with the Websters this Christmas," Brooks added. "There's Tyrone and Fizz, plus all the drama around Abi, Carl, and James. Abi hasn't got a clue about what's really going on. And Tyrone's still in the dark about Carl's lies involving the car, so let's just say things are about to explode." Coronation Street detective issues warning to Becky Swain, and fans are fully on his side. Coronation Street fans found themselves in full agreement with D.I. Costello this week after he made a firm demand of Becky Swain. Becky, the former partner of Lisa Swain, shocked viewers when she made an unexpected comeback to Weatherfield last month, despite being presumed dead for 4 years. Lisa was left completely stunned when confronted by the woman she thought she'd lost forever. In recent weeks, Lisa has struggled to adjust to Becky's reappearance. Her daughter Betsy has also been caught in the emotional chaos, reeling from the truth that her supposedly deceased mom has been alive all along, hiding in secret. It didn't take long for viewers to catch on to Becky's true motives. She's determined to win her family back, even if it means pushing Carla Connor out of the picture. Earlier this week, Carla jetted off to Ireland but couldn't shake her worries about leaving her fiancé alone with her ex-wife. Despite reassuring Carla that she's committed to her and has no romantic interest in Becky, Lisa's resolve was soon tested. Later, she and Becky shared a warm moment trying on Betsy's fashion project outfits, even posing together for photos while Betsy filmed them. But when Becky discovered Betsy had uploaded the video to social media, panic set in. Fearing exposure, Becky demanded her daughter take the post down, and Betsy stormed out for the night. Friday's dramatic episode opened with Lisa desperately searching for Betsy after her disappearance. It later emerged that the teen had been arrested and was being questioned at the police station. Officers informed her that D.I. Costello claimed she had damaged a police car, resisted arrest, and even attempted to attack him. Betsy, however, stayed silent. Meanwhile, Costello confronted Becky directly, warning her that things could get much worse for Betsy if she didn't vanish again. "You need to disappear again. And soon," he told her coldly. "Otherwise, D.S. Swain will have bigger problems than her daughter spending a few hours in a cell." Fans instantly took to social media to back Costello's demand, making it clear they were ready for Becky to leave the street for good. On X, supporters of the Swarla pairing didn't hold back. One viewer posted, "You need to disappear again soon. I couldn't agree more. Send her back to Alicante." Another echoed, "Same here, Di Costello. Becky's got to go." A third chimed in, Costello telling Becky to disappear again, "Absolutely agree." And a fourth added, For once I'm with Costello. Time to go, Becky. As the episode reached its cliffhanger, Becky told Costello she would in fact leave and return to Spain, but only on one condition. Lisa and Betsy must come with her. Coronation Street to explore emotional new storyline for Hope Dobbs as she struggles in silence after online bullying. Coronation Street is preparing to air a deeply emotional and thought-provoking storyline centered around Hope Dobbs, who finds herself suffering in silence after becoming a victim of cruel online bullying. The upsetting ordeal will shed light on the dangers of social media and the impact it can have on young people's mental health. Despite the clear distress it causes her, Hope chooses not to confide in anyone at first, determined to handle the situation alone. The Dobbs family has already been through an incredibly turbulent period following Tyrone's horrific hit-and-run accident. Though he's now back at home and surrounded by his loved ones, Tyrone faces a long and painful road to recovery. The family is doing their best to stay positive, but the emotional strain continues to weigh heavily on them all. In episodes set to air on Monday, Weatherfield gears up for its Halloween celebrations. Among the excitement, Bethany Platt finds herself disappointed when her costume doesn't turn out the way she hoped. After returning to the salon to make a few last-minute adjustments, she encounters Hope, who's currently there on work experience. Wanting to help, Bethany offers her a quick manicure. Pleased with the result, Hope decides to take a photo and share it on her social media account. However, what begins as a fun, innocent post soon turns into a nightmare when she receives a barrage of cruel and abusive comments. It's not the first time she's been targeted. The incident marks the second time in just a few days that Hope has received nasty messages. Despite the emotional toll, she still has no clue who is behind the bullying. Afraid and embarrassed, she chooses to suffer in silence, putting on a brave front in front of her family and friends. An ITV source explained, Hope's usually spirited, confident, and full of attitude, but even she isn't immune to the harsh side of social media. This storyline highlights the very real pressures that young people face online today. With Tyrone and Fizz already struggling to adjust to their new reality after Tyrone's accident, Hope doesn't want to burden them further by revealing what's happening. Meanwhile, Tyrone and Fizz's relationship will also be tested as they come to terms with the aftermath of his accident. To portray the storyline authentically, actors Alan Halsall and Jenny McAlpine met with individuals living with spinal injuries to better understand their experiences. Alan Halsall shared, "We might be acting these scenes for television, but hearing real-life stories from people affected by spinal injuries has been eye-opening and humbling. Even learning to move around the set in a wheelchair gave me a tiny glimpse into the challenges people face every day." Coronation Street airs Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 p.m. on ITV1, with episodes available to stream on ITVX.